Hello, everyone. It's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. First of all, Happy New Year to everyone out there. Hope 2023 is going to be a great year for each and every one of you. And if we're really lucky, maybe 2023 will be the year that we all get an Aptera. Um, Seems like a kind of a long shot because of the funding situation. So if it's going to be 2023, it's going to be late 2023, as they say in the projected delivery times on their website. More likely it's gonna be 2024. But anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful 2023. So happy New Year, everyone. As expected and as promised, Aptera did deliver their full Delta reveal today via a YouTube video. So I wanted to kind of go over that together with you guys and look for your comments about what you guys noticed in the video because I'm sure all of you guys have seen it by now. Um, just a little plug for our Discord channel. We hit 1,000 members in our Discord channel as of a few days ago. So that was a big win. And it's kind of a fun place to hang out when Aptera drops a lot of stuff. If you go to our video discussion, we were talking about this video reveal quite a bit on our Discord channel. So it's a fun place to hang out. So come and join us. Um, Also, a couple of Aptera people hang out on the Discord channel. Most of them are lurking, but Chris McCannon sometimes chimes in and says a few things, and he dropped some full resolution pictures of Delta for us, which I'm going to show you guys here. So this is some of the pictures that he put on our Discord channel. And if you look at this, this is kind of the full view. Before they were kind of cutting off the back and the front. So as expected, the logo is gone in the front. Here is the main center headlight as required by law. These also do light up. And then this lights up on the wheel cover so that people can see the full width of the vehicle so they don't underestimate the width of the vehicle, which makes a lot of sense. The new thing is this corner piece looks like it's the same kind of foam material that they're putting on the back of the rear wheel pants and the front and back of the front wheel covers. So I believe that this was a design change because the previous Gamma design had a clear polycarbonate, which I think looked really nice. Um, but maybe they thought it was a little too fragile, and let's say like a shopping cart hits it or something, it would just ruin it. And this makes it a little bit more robust because this is kind of a sharp, pointy part of the vehicle. And so I think they're putting this EVA foam on this corner, just like they do here and here and here and here. Looks like, again, the wheel cover uh, clearance has been increased a bit. It goes to like the full height of the sidewall of this tire and almost to the rim. And obviously in the rear there's more clearance. The rear has to have more clearance because the suspension moves within the wheel cover, whereas in the front the wheel cover moves as a unit with the vehicle, with the tire. The one thing that I noticed while staring at this is this area right here looks a little odd. The back of this window, it doesn't it doesn't curve like this, and I believe that this was a design compromise they had to make because to have the window move up and down, having this curved, I'm guessing was either too difficult, too expensive, or they couldn't source it. So they basically put a standard looking window here, which is more straight in the back, and then had to put a little extra material here. Um, it doesn't look perfect, and only you would notice it if you were looking at it very critically. But yeah, I think this was a kind of a design compromise here. And then the windshield wiper, there was some talk of making it super aerodynamic, but it looks like a fairly standard windshield wiper, which I think in most cases isn't going to make a big difference because it is behind the cowl here and it's shielded from the wind mostly by the front hood. The most interesting part we saw in the Delta reveal, because a lot of the exterior Delta, we had seen bits of it over the past month. They were releasing slow bits of it. So a lot of it wasn't new, and we knew kind of what we were going to see. But the interior has changed quite a bit, and that's what we didn't know about. and the seats look pretty similar. But the things that I noticed here is the center console is definitely different. I know a lot of you guys didn't like the bungee strap cup holder. I kind of thought it was a cool idea, and I was willing to give it a shot. But they've changed it to this, which is a more standard looking cup holder. Looks like, there's space for a bigger cup in the back and a smaller cup in the front, and there's a cork material at the bottom. This looks like some kind of brushed metal. It's a copper look. I doubt it is copper. It's probably aluminum that's colored to look a little bit like copper. I think it looks great. And then there's a little storage area. And this in the video, initially, this looked like it was going to be like a woven carbon fiber looking material. But if you look closely at it, it is some kind of fabric looking material, which would be much softer. I thought the woven carbon fiber looked cool, but I thought it would be kind of harsh and not very soft. So overall, I think this is a better decision to put some kind of cloth looking material, and it's the same thing on the armrest here. Overall, we'll go through the video together. This looks very premium, looks awesome. I really like the new interior. And what's interesting is in the video, it appears that the sun visor is a mesh kind of see-through material. I've never seen a sun visor like that. Depending on how thick that mesh is, it may work out pretty nice where like you can it doesn't shield it completely, so you can still see through it a bit, but it's enough to like get the sun out of your eyes. So we'll have to see how that works out. I've never seen that in a car. If any of you guys have seen a mesh sun visor on a car, please let us know in the comments and let us know if it works well. And yeah, here's the other view. This is more the view that we saw in the interview that I did with Jason Hill, and he showed us this picture. So this is not a new picture. So we kind of knew. I just didn't notice this part at the end. That's the foam, but nothing different. Oh, it looks like they've gotten rid of the copper interconnects on the solar panel. I don't know if they've really gotten rid of it or if the render just doesn't have it. If they just didn't bother to put it in the render. Again, you see this thing with the window here. Okay, so let's go over the video that they released today. So this part is the assembly video that was previously released a few days ago, showing all the different parts. And so it looks like the black parts are probably carbon fiber SMC and the white parts are fiberglass SMC. So the structural cage of it is carbon fiber SMC, and then the exterior bits are fiberglass SMC, which should be much easier to repair and more resilient to like dents and stuff. If you remember, the Saturns had fiberglass door panels, and they were quite resistant to dings of having like shopping carts thrown at them and stuff. So this is all fiberglass SMC, and this is carbon fiber SMC. You'll notice that there is this large circular cutout here, and there was some discussion on Discord on what this might be. I was really curious as to why it was so large and so round. It does not appear on this side. It's only on this side. Jason Hill did tell me, I texted him, and he was kind enough to let me know that is where the subwoofer goes in if you get the enhanced audio. So that is for the subwoofer. So the roof is fiberglass SMC, and the sides are fiberglass SMC. So any impacts to this area will be very easy to repair and will be very resistant to any impacts. They'll just probably bounce back. And then the structural parts, which are the roll cage and the passenger compartment and the trunk area, those are going to be carbon fiber SMC. And here is the frame coming in. This, I believe, is going to be metal. And here's the control arms, which are going to be wrapped. And here's the thing, this is the belly panels, which are a different color, which makes the thing look a lot sleeker. I don't know what this stuff is. If they're actually going to still continue with the skin cooling through the belly pan, this has to be some kind of thermally conductive material like metal. It cannot be plastic. And here's this funny indentation here. We don't know what this is for. And now we see like this little cutout. This is where that foam piece comes in. And here's the foam bumper for the back and the front. And there's the hatch. If you look at this hatch design, I'm not sure how this hatch design is going to work with people that don't get the full solar and get glass here. That is going to be a large piece of tempered glass that needs to fit over that. So it'll be interesting. I don't know if this design is going to be completely changed for the glass, or maybe they're no longer going to make that an option. I really think that people should just get the full solar. People worry about the back being dark, but the passenger compartment is right here. It is gonna. There's a huge windshield, side windows, and it's gonna be pretty bright. I mean, towards the back end of it, maybe it's a little dark, but you know, if your dog's gonna be in there, they're gonna have plenty of light. So I wouldn't worry too much. And there it is. Here's the covers. We saw this picture. Okay, so this is the first real view of the back that we've gotten, and it looks awesome. Looks great. Here's the much larger exhaust port for the ventilation. Here's the rear view mirror, likely for the parking assist or the backup. And that's the camera for that's going to be on the where the center rear view mirror would be. That's replaced by a screen. So I believe this is the backup camera, and this is the rear view camera that you'll see on the screen that acts as what would be the center rear view mirror on most cars. I know this is a design that a lot of people don't like, is this LED light that lights up the license plate, and also when the license plate slides over, it'll light up the charge port. I believe that I'm sure that they looked at making this thing smaller, and this was just the best design that they could come up with. Looks like there's a little lip here that you can put your hand under, and if you look closely right in here, we'll see it in other vendors. I think my guess is this is some kind of latch, and it's the latch mechanism. It's like a button that will open, that'll release the hatch. But yeah, this looks so cool. And so this is obviously cosmetically, this is the largest design change on the Aptera, is that the hatch goes all the way to the very, very back, which has many advantages. Mainly, you don't scuff up the paint or the wrap on the back if you try to load things from the back, and it allows for more solar cells. And I think it looks better, actually. And here's another view of it, so you see it going all the way back. Remember, the Gamma model ends right here, and the hatch ends right here. So I think you get one more row of stuff. I think you get all these. Someone said they counted 200 solar panels in total on this. So you'll have to double check and let me know if you guys count 200 solar panels as well in total. Okay, here's the opening of the hatch, and you can see here's the drain panels. And one of the things I really like about this change is in the alpha and gamma models, the rubber seal was along the bottom here. The rubber seal was along the bottom, the gasket. On the final production model, the rubber seal is on the hatch, which makes a lot more sense. Like, for example, if you have a rubber seal right here and you're sliding something into there, you're going to shred that rubber seal. This way, you don't run into that problem. The other thing that I asked Jason about is the location of this latch. And I was thinking, well, why didn't we put the latch here? And then there would be more space in the cargo area. He said that the latch has to be within the gasket. So it has to be protected from the elements. I don't know if that's a it's just good design or if it's mandated that way, but that makes sense. And they didn't want to put the big gasket back here, and they needed this space for the exhaust port and uh, the charging port stuff, and to add rigidity to this thing. So overall, this is the best place to put it. And as many people have talked about, the cargo loops, they are definitely in here. So there they are, the little D-rings. So you can strap down and stabilize things from sliding around in here, which makes sense. And you see right here, here's the rubber seal. It's on the top. It makes way more sense that the seal is on the top rather than on the bottom, because if you try to slide things in here, you're 100% going to shred that rubber gasket. All right. Um, Again, here's the mesh sun visors. Now, people are going to say like, oh, a lot of people wonder about this, the little side split windows, and they worry that that's going to be a problem. If you've driven a Prius or other things where they have the little split rear back, it kind of disappears from you. It's not that bad. Um, this is going to be a deal breaker for a few people that are just really neurotic about it, but most people, it's not going to be an issue. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I've driven several cars with like splits, and if you've driven a car with a split window, I think Lamborghinis and some Subarus in the past had them. I think you get used to it. It's not a big deal. It does look like the hazard light is right here, and we're going to get a better look at this, but you can see that there are physical buttons for park, rear, neutral, and drive right here. So those are physical buttons that are separate from the touchscreen. And again, we get a good view of the center console. You see, this is where the smartphone is. I'm guessing there is going to be some kind of wireless charging happening here, and I'm guessing there's some kind of like compartment where you lift it up, and there'll be more storage in here. That it would make sense. Here's a little document holder here. This is where the airbag goes in, and this looks like to me a latch for the door, like a physical button latch to release the door. Yeah, as you look through here, see, this is some kind of see-through mesh sun visor right in here. All right, here's a similar view. Again, the brushed copper looks awesome. And as you can see, there is no space for a third seat here with this current design. You would need to lower this um, cargo bed area in this area to put a third seat in the middle here. Okay, you don't see the physical buttons here because they're actually on this dash area. They're hidden by the screen from this angle. And here is our Hello Kitty steering yoke. And this is the horn button. So there was some thought that this may be like a trackball or some other four-way controller. This is just a horn, and this is up down for the volume. And that's what it looks like. And this is a single screen that's split into two. This is going to take some getting used to, I think. Seeing the side rear view screens right as one screen instead of having to turn your head. I think I'll get used to it pretty quick. This little copper accent looks awesome, and just look at this textured thing on the dash and the solar dash area. This all looks very like the materials look very premium. I really like it. And you can see the stock here. The stock is mainly the light control and the turn signals is what it's for right here. So there's high beam, auto, and the turn signals. And I don't know if there's a button at the end that does something. Looks like windshield wipers are not on here. Maybe they are, but I don't think so. And again, here's the latch right here in this area. But yeah, take a look at this dash area. This little accent is really nice. This material right here looks very nice. This looks very nice. It's the material choices, I really like them. And of course, the center console is much more traditional, and I think a lot of people are going to like that. I don't know if the center console is still modular or not. When Jason and I talked in that interview, we were talking about the modularity. It kind of sounded like it was still a thing. It doesn't, I don't see any buttons or attachments or like clasps to like change it out, but it does, that was something that they were very into. So I don't know if this is modular. It doesn't look like it, obviously. It looks very traditional, but maybe it still is modular. A lot of things we're going to find out at the webinar in January. And we should probably save up questions for that. So I think that there's some kind of storage area here. And here, we get a very good look at the buttons for this. I think this is going to make a lot of people happy. And here's the rear view mirror, and it looks like the hazard lights here. And these are probably some dome lights. Again, a great look at the physical buttons here. Looks like they've gone ahead with the plus and minus signs for the pedals, but looks like they've gotten rid of the recycled skateboard material for that. This looks like the same carpet material that's on the back that covers the cargo area. Maybe it's a little different because this looks kind of matte and this looks like not matte. If you get the premium sound, a subwoofer will be here. Looks like there is a lot of space available on the side here. And I don't know what's going to be run in that space. If it's going to be empty space, I'm personally planning on cutting out a little bit of this to access that space and put a little door in here to access that space and use that as storage space. And here's the rear vents. And see, look right here. There's some kind of latch mechanism here as it spins. See, it's a little different right there. And I think it is some kind of, I think it's some kind of a release mechanism for this latch. It does look like there's like a space here. I think this is a rendering artifact where it looks like this rubber gasket just like floating in the air. I'm sure that that's not the case. I don't know. There was talk of the rear view mirrors. This is required by law to have actual mirrors here, these mirrors. But they're kind of rudimentary, and people are going to use these cameras mostly to get the same view that you would get out of these mirrors. And there was some thought of making this very easy to remove when the law changes, or if you just want to go rogue and remove it yourself anyway. I don't know if that's still the case, that this is easy to remove, but leaving the camera in place. Rear hatch looks awesome. And here it is from the top. There's the little light for the license plate. Yeah, so someone count these. I was told that there was 200. I didn't take the time to count them, but yeah, you can see again these rear windows. They have a little straight cut out here. Okay, so the Delta full reveal happened. A lot of this was not a surprise. The biggest reveal was the interior, which looks really nice. Looks very, very nice. Would not look out of place in any kind of luxury high-end vehicle, that interior. So very excited. We just need to get these things in production, guys. We just really, really need someone to step up and give them the funds that they need to put this thing in production so we can all be driving this sometime in the next year or two. All right. Again, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm hoping that the very best for all of you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. Have a great day.